All right, guys, another very commonly asked question. Am I too late to buy Bitcoin? And the answer, spoiler alert, is no. You're not too late at all. You're very early. And let me explain why. If you look at the chart, okay, this is the chart of Bitcoin. If you look at it like this, a lot of people look at this chart alone and they draw a conclusion from this chart. Now, when they look at it like this, they see that Bitcoin rose from about $1,000 and it goes all the way up to here, which is about $20,000, and then it crashed down to like $3,000, right? And they think to themselves, well, see, it went up to 20K before and then it just crashed. So what's so different this time? And they're like, okay, now it's coming back up. Who's to say it won't crash back down? But see, that's the problem is that they're looking at the wrong charts. What about all these years back here? This is 2015, 2016, 17. Why is it so squished up? Because this chart was designed to only put the heaviest weight onto the most recent price action so that you can see what's going on in the most recent terms. Now, if you go to the real chart of Bitcoin, which is the BLX, which is the long-term horizon time frame, and you go to the logarithmic chart, which is down here. And now when you look at the logarithmic chart, it gives every single year, every single price point, a fair distribution of weight. As you can see from here to here, that's a double, that's a double, that's a double. It just, each one of these is weighted evenly so that you can see objectively, you know, how the price action has been performing for the past 10 years, 12 years. So Bitcoin came out like around 2009. As you can see, we started off way down here and then we rose all the way up, hit $27 and it crashed to $2. Right? And then people thought it was dead. And it continued to go back up into another bull run and it just absolutely went parabolic. And then it hits $1,200. So from the bottom, from almost $2, it hits $1,200 for the second cycle. And then it came back down and it went to almost $200. It crashed, right? And people thought it was dead again. And then it went back up again for another cycle, for another leg up. And this time it hits $19,000. And now here we are. We crashed again. Excuse me. We crashed again. And now we're back at this point. So do you see the pattern here? And by the way, these vertical lines that I'm drawing is not just drawn out of nowhere. It's actually an event called the halving that Bitcoin has built into its protocol mechanism that basically cuts the supply in half every 4 years. And that's what you see here. 2012, halving, bam. And that's what initiated another bull run. Because when supply goes down and demand goes up, the price has to increase. That's just basic economics. And same here, 4 years later, July 2016, another halving took place and then price just started going parabolic again. And the most recent halving was May 2020. And as you can see, we're already starting to heat up, but we're nowhere near the end of the bull run yet. If anything, we're just at the beginning. As you can see here, the previous all-time high, it took a while after the halving for price to break through that previous all-time high, and once it does, it goes completely parabolic. Back in 2013, after the first halving, it went from $30 all the way to almost $1,200, and let's see how much of an increase that is. Where is it? That's almost a 3,500% increase, so about 35x from the previous all-time high to the next all-time high. And then with this one in 2016, after the second halving, price broke from $1,000 and hits almost $19,000. So that's about a 20%. I'm sorry, 2,000% gain, or 1900. About a 19x from 1,000 to 19,000, and then price crashed again for the bear market. And now here we are after the last halving, which is the third halving that we ever had, and then now price starting to heat up again. If you look at this chart, does that not look like a pattern that's being repeated over and over again, simply because of the way that Bitcoin was designed? Bitcoin was designed to continue to go up forever because of this function called the halving that cuts the supply in half every 4 years, which would then create this positive feedback loop that drops more demand into it and therefore increasing the price exponentially. And that's why I have a price target of a minimum $100,000 at the end of this bull run, which I predict to be somewhere at the end of 2021. Now, that's a very conservative target. As you can see from here to there, it's actually a very low estimate compared to how it was the past two previous halvings. And that's not to mention that during these market cycles, we didn't have the Federal Reserve printing money, creating hyperinflation all around the world, and all of the things that's been going on ever since COVID. So therefore, the answer to your question, are you too late to buy Bitcoin? Absolutely not. You are still early. Bitcoin's total market cap right now is around $400 billion. And the market cap of gold alone is $9 trillion. So in order for Bitcoin to get to even where gold is, it would have to increase another 18x. 18 times from where the price is right now in order to get to gold. But that's a whole nother video, a whole nother explanation that I have to get into if you guys want to understand total market cap and all of that. But yeah, answer to your question, absolutely not. You're very early. Just get in, just buy dollar cost average, just buy and don't look at it for a year. And you'll be very surprised, pleasantly surprised.